Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be sharing with you my March 2018 bullet journal setup. Be prepared, this is kind of a wild video. I had a lot of mistakes happen, which normally doesn't happen to me, but seems when I'm filming is obviously the most common time, and it's not like I can go back and redo it. So I just had to roll with it, and you'll just have to see how I fixed it. And I'm just kind of starting out with like my Hello March page. I kept it pretty simple this month, and I didn't really pick out a theme. I just am doing a color scheme, and my colors for the month are teal and seafoam green and gold and peach. So everything you're going to see in this are with those colors, and I'm just using Crayola Super Tips, that gold brush pen I have, which was part of a metallic brush pen pack that I got on Amazon, and then I have some Stabilo pens to do, just add some color, and I also am using some colored pencils too. But it's a pretty simple setup this month. I didn't really want to go too crazy, but I did do my nails to match my theme. These stickers are from Rose K Paper Co. on Etsy. She sent me these free of charge, and I told her I'd try them out, and I did in this setup. I also have a couple others, and I had tried out her Days of the Week header stickers, and I really liked them, but these floral stickers are gorgeous. They are detailed. You can color on top of them because they're like a matte sticker paper. I will say it was a little harder to get like a real rich color on them, but I did manage, and I love them. I think they are gorgeous, and so I will leave the link in the description to her Etsy shop, and you guys should definitely check it out. The quote I chose for this month was, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world." And it's by Gandhi, and I love this quote, and I'm kind of trying to live by it. I'm super ambitious. I'm always after something. I'm always looking for new ways to branch out and do more things and become more experienced. But sometimes I get overly ambitious and I overstep my boundaries, and I don't mean to. So this quote kind of resonates with me in that you can do big things gently and without hurting others or making people feel small. My second page is for my calendar, which is, I keep pretty small. I just like to have a calendar overview of my month to be able to see it in a calendar format rather than just a vertical line with the dates. I don't really use it very much for writing things. I might occasionally write a very small appointment, like last month when I had an appointment with my accountant. I just wrote CPA and the time on the date that it was there. And then the side of the page on the left I leave for important dates, and on the lower right hand side, that is my habit tracker for the month. I decided to go a different route this month. Last month my habit tracker was horizontal and on the adjacent page to my calendar, but I wanted to try putting my goals page next to my habit tracker this month, because it's usually where I look every single day to fill it in, and so having my goals right there where I can see them, I think it will make me more able to accomplish them. So this month I went with a vertical habit tracker, and I will show you guys how I set that up. This is a Nuna, so this setup might not work in a Leuchtturm unless you made everything a little bit smaller, because the Nuna is a little bit bigger. Now for my calendar, I am using stickers. These are from Recollections, and I bought them at Michael's fairly cheap. And so I just cut the squares out to create little rectangles that would fit nicely on top of my calendar. And then here is the part where I messed up and I realized that I had missed an entire row of days of the week when I was doing my calendar. So here I'm trying to fix it, and initially I had put the extra days below, but then I rethought it and I was like, oh, I can just divide those that last week with diagonal lines and that'll fix it. Now I'm going to show you how I set up my habit tracker for this month. Because it's vertical, I didn't have enough space to write the actual habits above the tracker. So I created this little key / bookmark that I will keep with my journal, and it was really simple to make. I just cut out a piece of cardstock, and then I used an X-Acto blade to cut out a rectangle and then not cut off the top. And then I did line the edges with washi tape just to keep it safe. And then I wrote down all the icons that I was going to use for my habits, and then I just replicated those icons above my habit tracker so that I know what I'm tracking throughout the month. After I edited this video, I realized that watching the creation of these dots was super satisfying, but I will tell you that the actual process of dotting the inside of this entire tracker was not nearly as satisfying. To keep with the theme for the month, I am just adding more of the same flower stickers to this page and then the vines that I made on the other page. And because I didn't really have much of a theme for this month, I did want to keep something fairly consistent so that all my pages kind of had the same look and feel to them. So this is what I did. It was very simple. It's just a wavy line with some leaves added, and then the pink, I'm just creating like bushels of 3 little berries. As I mentioned before, I am using the adjacent page for my monthly goals. Every month I write down a new set of goals, and oftentimes they're very similar to my previous goals in other months, but I find that if I just write them down every month, I am more likely to achieve them than trying to just write down like 90-day goals or 60-day goals. It's just better for me if I write down monthly goals. So the way I like to do it is I just create a header that lists the page as a goals page. And then because I am a doodle bug at heart, I usually add a quick sentence or a blurb about my goal, and then I add like a doodle that might go with it. If you bend your pages like this to get to the right-hand edge of your page or the bottom corner so that you can write like better or make your doodles look better, leave me a comment, because I'd like to know that I'm not alone in that I have to usually bend my right page to make the edges look good. The last set of pages I am drawing for my March monthly setup is like an open journaling page. Instead of making a gratitude log this month, I just decided that I was going to leave 2 pages blank and that I could fill it in with gratitude or journaling or memories or whatever I really wanted to. Over the last month, I've been adding little bits of like journaling to my weeklies, and it is crowding them up. And one week I didn't have very big weekly boxes and I didn't have any room to write, and I was kind of bummed out. I don't know what came about or why I really started wanting to write about my day, but here recently I did. So this month I decided that I was going to give myself plenty of space to write whatever I wanted to write. And I decided that instead of calling it like a free writing or a journaling page or a gratitude page, that I would just put a really fun quote at the top that would make me smile. And it says, "Don't be afraid to write crap, because crap makes great fertilizer." And I get a lot of people asking me what I use for my brush lettering, and it kind of depends on what I'm doing. For bigger works, I really like using Tombows. I think they're great, and I've spent a lot of time practicing. They have a hard learning curve, but when I'm doing smaller stuff, I tend to turn to my Tombow Foodie pen, which is what I used for the black part of the header on this page. And then for like colors and stuff, I just use Crayola Super Tips. They are super cheap, they're easy to find, you can get them at Walmart. And I honestly think that they're a lot easier to learn with than the Tombows because they have a shorter tip on them and it's not as flexible, so it's a lot more forgiving. So if you are wanting to get into brush lettering and you haven't yet, and you own like Tombows and you just can't figure out how to use them, I do encourage you to try out some Crayola Super Tips and see how they work for you. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to make sure that I put out a couple videos a month related to bullet journaling and creativity in general. I've got some fun ideas coming up, so if this was something you enjoyed, please subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.